For 73 years, the AT&T Cotton Bowl has been an institution in college football. But today, a new era began as this New Year's Bowl game moves to the stunning edifice of Cowboys Stadium. Victorious a year ago, the Ole Miss Rebels returned to North Texas, aiming to repeat in the Cotton Bowl.
And he gives it to Dexter McCluster. Dexter breaks the tackle, heads to the sidelines on a drop step. He's down the sidelines to the 40, to the 35. He needs a block. He's got two in front of him. He angles back to the 15. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. Touchdown!
The Oklahoma State Cowboys produced one of the best seasons in school history.
Breaks a tackle to the 40. Bounces to the outside, 35-30, 25-20. They go all the way.
This senior-dominated team can today match the OSU record for wins in a season.
Bounces to the outside to the 40. Down the left sideline to midfield. Going across the field.
To the 30, 35, 40, down the sidelines. He's gone! He's gone!
Ole Miss and Oklahoma State, two of the SEC and Big 12 elite, square off as the historic AT&T Cotton Bowl starts a new chapter in its celebrated history. And welcome and Happy New Year to the 74th Cotton Bowl in a new venue this year, the Cowboys Stadium. And this is a place like none other. If you haven't seen it, you should. Darryl, let's talk about Oklahoma State first. What do you expect from them?
Well, I really think it all depends on how Oklahoma State comes out and runs the football. And Zach Robinson is the quarterback, but it's not just passing the ball. He's going to lead that rushing attack. And for the first time since mid-September, he's got his two healthy running backs behind him, Keith Toston and Kendall Hunter, back in the fold. And don't forget, in the last game of the season, Mississippi State, in an option-based running attack, put up over 300 yards against Ole Miss. Oklahoma State carries some option in their offense.
Houston Nutt, the Ole Miss coach, believes in establishing the running game, and he has the tools to do it.
He is a firecracker, and he is a lot of fun to watch. That's Dexter McCluster. Now, they want to get him the ball at least 20 times during the course of the game.
The start of the contest between Oklahoma State and Ole Miss coming up. We'll be back after these messages. Short kick. Rodney Scott handled it, and Ole Miss will have the ball first. Jevin Sneed from nearby Dallas, not too far from home. There, the quarterback, Jevin Sneed, and the rest of the offensive backs and receivers for.
We put Dexter McCluster down as an athlete on that starting lineup. That's because you're going to see him spread throughout the formation for Ole Miss.
That lineup brought to you by Merrill Lynch. Here is the defense for Oklahoma State. Merrill Lynch Wealth Management brings you this starting lineup.
There's that defensive front up there that's going to have to slow down this offense. I really like the linebackers. Donald Booker's done a great job filling in for Ori Lemon, who was lost before the season started. And there he is, Broderick Brown, the man of the hour, filling in for Parrish Cox.
Dexter McCluster. First down, Ole Miss.
Dexter McCluster is going to get his touches during the course of the game today. They would like to get him the ball 20 times, perhaps even more than that. But what Oklahoma State has said is when Dexter McCluster carries the ball, we're not going to let him get out of bounds on the sideline. We're going to make sure each time he touches it, he takes a hit.
Play him outside in. Everything toward the center of the field. Sneed throwing deep and overthrowing Marquise Summers. Closed captioning for today's game is brought to you by AT&T.
Well, it didn't take long. Jevin Sneed On that play action to Dexter McCluster, and let's find out if Broderick Brown is ready to play. And guess what? Markeith Summers was beyond him. Jevin Sneed missed a touchdown throw there.
Second down and 10. Four-man defensive front. Here's McCluster straight ahead. Good yardage, about half of enough for the first down.
And what they're doing right now is they are taking Jesse Grandy, number 10, and motioning him across the formation with Dexter McCluster in the backfield. Now you've got two extremely fast players that can put pressure on your edge defensively. If you slide out to protect the outside with Jesse Grandy, we're going to sneak the ball inside to Dexter McCluster.
Mass substitutes for Ole Miss as they put in what appears to be a passing unit. Houston Nutt, we said, prefers to run the ball, but this is dictated to throw it. Sneed high over the head of Jesse Grandy.
And that's what we talk about, getting Jevin Sneed into a rhythm. He had Markeith Summers beyond Broderick Brown earlier in this drive, missed a shot for a big play early in the game, and right there he's got Jesse Grandy out in space, wide open. Get him the ball in an area where he can catch it, and then let him use his feet to try and run for the first down.
Tyler Campbell back to punt. Josh Cooper is standing about the 12-yard line for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Good punt. Line drive type punt. And a lot of room and a good return. 0-0 score. Lamar Brakefield. Wealth management starting offensive lineup for Oklahoma State.
And it all starts with quarterback Zach Robinson, even in the running game. And there they are, keep toasting. And coming up, it's going to be Kendall Hunter in the backfield with him. You saw that. That's a traditional one-back set by this Oklahoma State team. They use that throughout the year. But with both of these guys healthy for the first time since mid-September, they'll both be on the field together, as we saw in that opening snap.
That ought to be something to see. 2nd and 8. Zach Robinson back to throw it. Pressure. The Merrill Lynch Wealth Management starting defensive lineup for Ole Miss.
And this is a big front seven for Ole Miss, one of the bigger ones that Oklahoma State has faced. That's why you're going to see some hurry-up offense. You're going to see some screens. They're going to try and get those big linemen to run around, get them tired out during the course of the game.
They are big, no question about it. 3rd down for Oklahoma State. They need 8 for a first. Zach Robinson blitzed by Oklahoma State. Pass complete, but not enough for a first down. Josh Cooper made the reception.
One of the challenges for Oklahoma State in their season finale against the Oklahoma Sooners was getting off the line of scrimmage in the passing game. We saw right there kind of a little tester early in the game. We'll put a bunch package up to the top of the screen. Let's see what Ole Miss is going to do. This is always that feeling out process at the beginning of the game.
The punter is Quinn Sharp. Back deep is Marseille Green. Really an Oklahoma State bounce. The bands from both Oklahoma State and Ole Miss on hand, and a packed house.
Got hurt versus Mississippi State in the last game, and we've already seen a little bit of option from Oklahoma State this afternoon.
Keep Dexter McCluster off the edge. That's a task. Here he comes to the edge. Picked up good yardage. Markel Martin knocked him out of bounds.
I tell you, Pat, it just He's one of those guys that kind of eliminates angles. You think you're playing contain the right way, and he doesn't get it done. I think Markeith Summers, your wide receiver, did a nice job kind of curling around that formation, getting the block that should have had contain that forced Dexter back inside.
As a freshman in high school, he weighed 113 pounds.
He told us he only weighed 165 the other day after practice.
You're right. He's quick. Started off the year as a wide receiver. They moved him finally into the backfield, and he says, all I want is the ball.
And boy, what a difference it has made for Ole Miss's offense having him in the backfield, because it's so much easier to get the ball to him. Now the big challenge for him is just, kind of going through the course of the game and taking those hits. And Donald Booker told us, hey, we know that they want to get the ball to Dexter McCluster, but we're going to hit him every time, and they can't let what happened on that last play continue throughout the afternoon. Don't let him get on the edge and get out of bounds without taking a hit.
It's 1st and 10. Snead back to throw. Looking deep, throws deep, and overthrows his intended receiver, Pat Patterson.
Right now, Jevin Snead a little bit out of rhythm. We've talked about Ken Austin, the offensive coordinator from Ole Miss, being very, very aware that he needs to get Jevin into the flow of the game. Right now, he hasn't been able to do that. He missed on a long one on the first series, missed Jesse Grandy open later in that drive, and there was just a poor decision. They had coverage beyond the receiver. That ball should not have gone to that area.
Jevin Snead, as we mentioned, is a native of this area. The blitz came. Dexter McCluster. Fooled everybody.
You ain't kidding. Watch Jevin Snead sell this, your quarterback. Looks like you got pressure right up the middle, and you're going to get a sack. All of a sudden, that little toss right up there to Dexter McCluster, and there he goes down the field. And that is a scary sight if you're an Oklahoma State fan or defender.
First down, Ole Miss. Handoff again. This time McCluster gets a rest.
Enrique Davis on the carrier on that last play. They're going to roll some guys at you. They've got a nice stable of running backs, and I think it's wise. I mean, everybody knows what your real motive is, and that's to get the ball to Dexter, but you've got to give him a break from time to time.
He only weighs about 170 now, and there's Snead, and that pass is on target to Shea High.
Well, there's his best throw of the afternoon up until this point. Does a nice job getting back into the pocket, gets his feet set, delivers the ball on time on the outside to Shea Hodge. Working against Terrence Anderson right here. Just a speed route. Everything done well on time. Ball put down in a spot where Shea can make the catch.
Jevin Snead is an interesting story. As you probably know, he started at Texas, went to Texas first. Found he was behind Colt McCoy. This is straight ahead to Eugene Davis. Perhaps 3 or 4 yards. But Snead then transferred to Ole Miss after he started at Texas. Saw that Colt McCoy was going to be the Texas quarterback. And there's been a lot of speculation as to whether or not he'll come back for his senior year.
Well, just like this Ole Miss team, high expectations for Jevin Snead personally coming into the season, and really didn't reach those or attain those that were there. It wouldn't surprise me to see him come back.
The pitch is to McCluster. He's got a block out in front of him and out of bounds after a gain of about 6. Markel Martin knocked him out of bounds.
I'll tell you, one of the key guys in this attack right now for Ole Miss is Markeith Summers, the wide receiver. He's putting some really nice blocks on the players at that second level for Oklahoma State.
Snead out of the shotgun. Or wild rebel, they call it. And here comes McCluster. Tries to deliver a blow. I'm not sure how effective that was.
We've talked a little bit already about Dexter McCluster's size, but there are certain things on a person you just can't measure. and toughness and heart is one of them. Watch him finish this run. He is not the biggest, most physical guy out there, but in pass protection and at the end of runs, Dexter McCluster will bring all 170 pounds of himself to the dance.
Johnny Thomas took the brunt of that blow from McCluster. Almost enough for a first down, maybe. Yes, it is.
Well, I'm interested to see what Dexter McCluster does at the next level. I think that there's some guys in the NFL today that have kind of opened the door for somebody with his skill set to get up there and do some great things. And if he gets with the right coaches that are innovative, he has got such a great skill set to be able to cause mismatch problems at the next level.
And as you say, he has a great heart and a great feel for the game. He's the deep back. Jevin Sneed, the quarterback. Under the center. Back to throw. Oh. Jesse Grandy was wide open. I don't know if the ball slipped or not. I'd like to be able to say that.
You know what, Pat? I think he's trying to feel the ball. He didn't just turn around and let it go. And he's got Jesse Grandy wide open in the end zone. And you see over there in the background, you had Lucian Antoine and Terrence Anderson. They had made a mistake in coverage. Jevin Sneed knows right there that he missed a great shot. What he's got to do now is just relax and play the game. You've got a big arm. You make good decisions. Just relax and let it go.
2nd and 10. Three seconds left to play in the first quarter. Timeout, Ole Miss. No scores yet. As we expected, a very even battle between OSU and Ole Miss.
But when we talked about his speed and his big playability, automatically you think he's going to be somebody that runs only exclusively on the edge and trying to get to the sideline. But he hits it up there in between the tackles.
And with authority, too. 12th play of this drive coming up. Sneed from the shotgun. Shea Hodge inside the 10 to about the 6.
This is just a really well-executed play. Again, good protection by Dexter McCluster in the backfield. Steps up, picks up Andre Sexton on the blitz, gives Jevin Sneed the time, and there it is again. When he is comfortable and he has the confidence, he can throw the ball well. It's just not consistent, and it's been something that's bothered him all season long.
22-yard pickup. Wild rebel, and that's McCluster taking a direct snap. That's what they call the Wildcat. Some places they call it the Razorback.
There you go. You're going to have Dexter McCluster in the backfield. Watch Jesse Grandy. He's going to come flying in. There's your read right there. If you play it the wrong way, Dexter's going to hand it to Jesse Grandy, get him on the outside. They had the outside contained. Dexter thought he could get back up inside.
Number 22 has gained 1,000 yards plus rushing. He's the 4th Ole Miss Rebel of all time to reach that mark. And he's done that in basically half a season. Here he goes again. To about the 2. Patrick Levine on the stop.
That's a real nice job by Patrick Levine, because from here it looked as though Dexter McCluster had a clear path to the end zone. Good pursuit by Patrick Levine to make that tackle.
Ole Miss, of course, from the Southeastern Conference. Oklahoma State from the Big 12. 0-0, 3rd and goal.
Gerald Poe in at fullback, the big defensive tackle. Oh, man.
I heard it up here.
He's going to have a new nickname, the Fridge. The Little Fridge. Wow, that was a big hit.
And close.
Now, a lot of times you put a big defensive lineman in the backfield, you think you're just going to use him as a blocker. They hand it off. Donald Booker, great job going up and taking him on. You're giving up a bunch of pounds. We're going to go to review, though. This might become a touchdown.
Could be.
There he is, 57, Gerald Poe. Only about 325 as a fullback coming in. Now, his head is past the goal line, but
I'm not sure about the ball, are you?
yeah, and then he's working his way down, so his knees never touched. When do you really consider forward momentum stopped and the play over? Because it's not in yet. It's not in yet. Now, as he starts to wiggle down there, it looks like he breaks. I don't know. I think it's a good first call by the officials. I don't think there's going to be enough to reverse it.
It'll be 4th down. Donald Booker was the blocker in front of him.
That is just not a fair advantage. That's 236 versus 330. Donald Booker just stepped up and kind of stoned him. That's a heck of a job.
There's Mike Gundy, the head coach. Houston Nutt, who coaches Ole Miss, was Mike Gundy's coach when he was the quarterback at Oklahoma State.
After further review, the call on the field stands. It is 4th down.
Oh, he's got a good stance, Pat. Look at him.
Yep. I don't know if he made it again.
No signal. He didn't get it.
He did not get it. That's a great job by the Oklahoma State defense.
That is awesome defense. I mean, he's in a great stance. He's like a sprinter. Here he comes, 330 pounds. Patrick Levine again gets through, gets his feet. There he is, Donald Booker fighting him. Toe-to-toe, head-to-head. Watch this. 44 up over the top. Look at him work, pushing back, not letting Gerald Poe get that football across the plane. Donald Booker, what a great effort on back-to-back plays. Penetration up front by the Oklahoma State line. Hugo Chinasa, Derek Burton, stuffing that Ole Miss offensive line.
And Oklahoma State quickly into the huddle and out. And they've run a play. Zach Robinson on a quarterback sneak. The non-scoring drive for Ole Miss. 16 plays, 82 yards, no points. That's tough.
Now it's up to this Ole Miss defense. Come out, make a stop, make a 3-down spot, and force Oklahoma State to punt it back to you and get good field position. Don't let them off their own end line.
It's not even a yard from the end zone. I got a feeling Zach Robinson might put it in the air. I got a bad feeling. They again move it a little bit further out, away from the goal line, but not much.
But the hard part about the start of this drive is it was so close to the goal line that if they get any type of penetration and get a tackle in the backfield, it's going to be a safety. So you elect to go with that quarterback sneak to give you some breathing room. We'll see what they do right now. They've gotten it out to about the 2-yard line. Good job by Ole Miss being ready on that quick snap.
Yep. Robinson hands it back. They do get a little breathing room out to about the 5 by Keith Tosin. And now the snap to the punter, if they do indeed have to punt, will be a little more reasonable.
Yeah, exactly, Pat. You wanted to get out to at least that 5-yard line. Try and keep those mechanics the same. It's about a 15-yard separation from snapper to punter's feet. Now he's got to be real careful, Quinn Sharp. When you're back there, do not step on that end line. Make sure your feet are in bounds.
Marseille Green.
Oh, great punt.
On a line drive punt with chases Quinn Sharp all the way back inside his own 30. But let's see. Marche Green, the ball carrier. Ole Miss has to do it again. Anderson, I believe, came up with it.
This is one of those situations where you don't know who's responsible. Obviously, a huge miscommunication between quarterback and wide receiver. Jevin Sneed is throwing the back shoulder fade, and Shea Hodge is running the go. And Terrence Anderson ends up making the catch.
I thought it was interesting, Darrell, the other day when they were talking to us about that. It's up to the receiver to make the adjustment and the quarterback to know what adjustment he's going to make.
Exactly. That was one of the reasons they struggled bringing Dexter McCluster into the backfield, because he really understood it as well as any of the wide receivers. It's not on Jevin Sneed. It's on the receivers to adjust to the coverage they see.
Kendall Hunter, the ball carrier. Flag on the play. Jack Childress is the referee. Today's officials are from the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Holding number 68 of the offense, 10 yards. Excuse me, half the distance to the goal line, previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Lane Taylor is the guilty party. I've heard it said many times that you could call holding on every play if you wanted to.
Only if you get caught.
Only if you get caught is correct.
Be a smart holder. Know when to let go.
I'm sure you never held.
Never.
Zach Robinson, short pass, complete. Justin Norton made the stop. They got back the yardage they lost on the penalty.
We were at one of the big luncheons on Thursday here for the AT&T Cotton Bowl. Bumped into Ricky Dudley, tight end, and his nephew. That's his nephew right there, Justin Norton, number 14. He was down here to watch him play.
Josh Cooper. No gain. Brings up a third down and 11. A minute 34 left now in the first quarter. Zach Robinson out of the spread formation. I think the pass hit the ground. Josh Cooper made the reception if there was one. It looks like there wasn't.
No, it looks like he went down and dug it out, Pat.
Yep.
And I tell you, we've seen it from both quarterbacks right now, and both offensive coordinators know how important it is to get these guys into a rhythm again. And you were right, Pat. It was not completed. This one's going to come back as an incomplete. Josh Cooper rolled around on it. If they want to take it up to review, that was an incomplete pass.
Quinn Sharp to punt it. Marche Green back deep to field. Line drive kick, going to bounce, I think, on the far side of the field. Dexter McCluster, 170 pounds. The last time he cut his hair, he says, was 5 years ago.
170 pounds after lunch.
After lunch.
After lunch.
Second down and 8. to McCluster. First down, Ole Miss.
And this is one of the questions we had when you line up Dexter McCluster in the backfield, and he breaks. Now he's going to break out of the backfield. Watch 22. Who's going to pick him up? Patrick Levine, number 4, the linebacker, is going to slide with him. That's an absolute mismatch. Watch how quick his feet are. It's not a criticism of Patrick Levine. It's really a celebration of how good Dexter McCluster is.
And how quick he is. Oklahoma State nothing, Ole Miss nothing. Player in Southeastern Conference history with 1,000 rushing yards and 500 receiving yards.
I tell you, that's quite an accomplishment.
Yep.
You think of Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson that played in the SEC. Also shows you kind of how this game has changed. You know, you're going to be asked as a running back to be a pass receiver too.
Jamie Blatnick put the pressure on Jevin Sneed. And Sneed was lucky to get rid of it, or maybe he wasn't.
That's what happens when you got 2 guys blocking 1 defender. That means one of the guys is free to your quarterback.
Sneed very durable. And he needed to be after that last hit.
There's your other speedy guy on the edge.
Jesse Grandy.
Here's one of the things.
Excuse me.
Well, here's what they talked about, Pat, when we met with him is Dexter McCluster going one way and Jesse Grandy going back the other way. Now it's speed on both edges. And we talked about keeping Dexter McCluster off the edge, but they've got a little package where if you're worried about that a lot, watch 22 go to the left, and then here comes 10 coming back to the right. Now you got speed on the opposite edge.
And you have to be very astute defensively. Flag on the play.
False start, number 80 of the offense, 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
Gerald Harris, the guilty party. And he'll get a rest.
So much for the 2 tight end package.
Yeah. 3rd about 8.5, 9. Jevin Sneed, pass is intercepted by Lucian Antoine. And Oklahoma State takes over. Sneed is down and hurt.
Oh boy, did he get hit hard by Markel Martin, Pat. He's hustling over to make a tackle. Nothing dirty, just a good, clean, hard hit. But here's great hand-to-eye coordination. Again, we're a little bit high and off target to Shea Hodge. Nope, you know what? That's on Shea Hodge. Make that catch. Jevin Sneed put that for you. You let it go through your hands. Now Lucian Antoine has the ball. Watch Jevin Sneed.
Whoa. He's
hustling, and it's a peel back by Markel Martin. Watch this. Head across the chest. It wasn't cheap.
It will remain 1st down, OSU.
They flagged him.
Helmet to helmet, baby. Jevin Sneed is a big guy, 6'3", 220. But I don't care how big you are if you get depleted like that.
Well, it wasn't a penalty on the hit. There was a chop block on the return. And I agree, Pat. You hit the nail right on the head with that. Jevin Sneed's a big, tough kid. And I love the fact that he's hustling. He's had a problem with interceptions during the course of the season. And that one's on Shea Hodge. Shea Hodge has got to make that catch. It goes through his hands. Lucian Antoine is bringing it back, but Jevin Sneed is hustling, and he just took a huge hit from Markel Martin.
Slipped through Shea Hodge's hands. And Oklahoma State on 1st down.
False start.
False start.
68 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
On 1st down, same guy as a moment ago. The guilty party.
That might happen when you're lined up across from Gerald Poe, number 57.
Right.
He's a big guy and quick. I love the commitment that he made. He went to Tyrone Nix as defensive coordinator after last year's Cotton Bowl Classic and said, you know what, I want to get my weight under control. I want to get down there. I want to be a quick player. He's dropped almost 70 pounds.
Good effort by Kendall Hunter. He was supposed to be the superstar coming into this season, but injuries and the arrival of Keith Toston has sort of set that back a little bit.
Well, he battled that ankle and foot injury all year long and was finally able to get back into the lineup late in the season. Now they've got Keith Toston and Kendall Hunter healthy, and that's a pretty dynamic combination in the backfield.
Yes, it is. Zach Robinson on the option. This is Kendall Hunter again. Near first down yardage, maybe got him.
It sure did take him a long time to get to this. I would have gotten to it a little bit quicker. Let's see how Ole Miss did with these 5 weeks to get ready. Jonathan Cornell, their inside linebacker, down on that, but I would have liked to have tested their assignments versus the option after they struggled against Mississippi State.
There's that dual back setup that you saw on the sideline. Jevin Sneed is up and around and drinking water, so it looks okay.
You hit. Another reason why is you don't want to hit your own guy.
See what you hit. Fumble in the backfield. Keith Toston. I'm not sure if they knew the quarterback was under center or what happened.
Didn't seem like it ever got off the ground, did it, Pat?
Went right through the quarterback's hands.
It's been a game of missed opportunities up until this point. You go from a 4th down or 3rd and inches, now you're 4th and almost 6. You see right there, no ability to get into any type of a rhythm with the 4 3-and-out series. Bad field position on the one drive when Ole Miss took it all the way down, but then they've had good field position since that time. Some turnovers and some good special teams play.
Too far away for a field goal attempt.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Still 4th down. Delay of game is called. OSU nothing. Ole Miss nothing. Problem with the clock. And they want to add 5 seconds. I'm not sure exactly why.
Well, I think that, you know, Oklahoma State, they're just trying to get some extra yardage to execute this punt to try and get it down deep in Ole Miss territory. You know, Houston Nutt just say, you know what, we're not going to take that 5. We're going to make you punt it from where you were.
Hanging kick. Marche Green signals fair catch at about the 14. Nathan Stanley has replaced Jevin Sneed. Sneed on that intercepted pass was trying to make a tackle and got decleated.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Hustling over down. Nathan Stanley, a true freshman. 9 of 16 for 160 yards and 1 touchdown through the course of the season.
Dexter McCluster. And you're not going to catch him, I don't think. Maybe you will.
No, you won't.
I don't think so.
Wow.
McCluster on Nathan Stanley's first play.
I think immediately you go to, when you lose a guy like Parrish Cox at the cornerback position, automatically you think about the passing game. But he also is a key element in run support. And Pat, you mentioned it before. They want to keep Dexter McCluster inside. It's an outside-in principle. And he has been on the edge quickly twice today. That one to the house for 6.
Joshua Sheen After the 86-yard run by Dexter McCluster. He is exciting. The extra point is good. And it's 7-0.
You come into a game and there's something that you want to accomplish, but you have to go out and execute it. And right now, this Oklahoma State defense is not getting the job done. I mean, everybody knew coming into the game they hadn't seen anybody as quick as Dexter McCluster on film, and now they've got to see it up close and personal.
86 yards for Dexter McCluster. That's the longest run from scrimmage this year. Previous long was 79 yards against Auburn. They are the defending Cotton Bowl champions. They beat Texas Tech last year. It's a better kick from the 3. Johnny Thomas take it down. Good coverage by Ole Miss at about the 23-yard line. Let's look at that touchdown run by Dexter McCluster again.
There it goes to the outside. You've got Markel Martin, who's up the field way too quickly. Number 10, there he is. Now he's in the chase position. If we're talking about inside out, and we're talking about outside in, and we're talking about forcing number 22 back inside, the last thing you want to do is get way upfield, and that's exactly what Markel Martin did. And Dexter McCluster is underneath him and on the sideline very quickly.
First and 10, Oklahoma State at their own 24. Zach Robinson back to throw it. He's taken down. Pass rush from the outside line by Lamar Brumfield. Didn't look like he had a chance in the beginning, and then all of a sudden Robinson went down.
Well, again, it looks like we've got an unblocked player coming from the outside. Again, you get 2-on-1. They put Brady Bond in a tough spot. They had 2 guys coming into his area. You saw him trying to feather both of them, but he's not going to be able to block 2.
Robinson deep. Screen pass. Read well by the Ole Miss defense. By Jonathan Cornell. First to arrive on the scene, Kendall Hunter was the ball carrier and caught the screen pass.
Well, he had some linemen out in front of him, but nobody paid any attention to Jonathan Cornell. And the OSU fans here upset. They don't think Kendall Turner was ever on the ground. And you know what? They're right. He may be up, but once the referee blows the whistle, the play is dead.
The play is over, yeah. You saw Mike Gundy, the Oklahoma State coach. All the passing records that Zach Robinson, who's back to throw it now, has set this year. He broke records held by Mike Gundy as head coach. Justin Blackman. Pass complete.
Unfortunately, all the mistakes that Oklahoma State made prior to that play forces them into that 3rd and long. They don't get enough to convert, so
4th and about a yard and a half, looks like.
yeah, Zach Robinson just not able to get in any type of rhythm. Over there talking with Mike Gundy right now. Looks like Jevin Sneed might be coming back out next time Ole Miss has the ball.
Marche Green back deep and a good punt. Chases him way back. Marche Green out of bounds at about the 15. Ole Miss 7, Oklahoma State nothing. He gets the carry again, and this time there's not much room. Shinasa made the stop. Let's go down to Christavoda.
Well, I talked to Ole Miss trainer Tim Mullins. He said the injury that Jevan Snead sustained would not keep him out of the game. Jevan did get up while Nathan Stanley was on the field and took a few reps passing back here on the sidelines. But it's Nathan Stanley, who ironically is from Oklahoma, who's on the field. He said this is his dream come true. He knows a lot of the OSU players. He said he couldn't wait to get on the field.
Well, he has his chance. Thank you, Krista. Stanley throws to his wide receiver, Jesse Grandy. 2 yards short of a first down.
That's that other part of that speed combination that Ole Miss can throw at you. We've seen them try and get Jesse Grandy involved in this game, whether it's been kind of that little inside handoff on the reverse or some quick screens to the outside.
.6'5", 215. Good size for a quarterback. Here's McCluster. That's enough for a first down.
Right now, Ole Miss run about twice as many plays as OSU has up until this point in the game. They've been able to get into a rhythm and sustain drives. If it wouldn't have been for that big play by Donald Booker down on the goal line stopping Gerald Poe twice, they have a 14-0 lead.
First down, Ole Miss. Stanley back to throw and throws deep. Incomplete. A little pushing and shoving going on between Shea Hodge and the defender, Terrence Anderson, but nothing called.
Yeah, I like the no call, Pat. Both of those players fighting for position to try and make that catch. Nothing that impacted it. Here they come off the bottom of the screen. It's a post route. Good no call by the officials. Let those guys battle.
At least we know that Stanley has some arm strength now. Threw that ball about 60 yards in the air. McCluster. Not much. Spun for a couple of yards. Donald Booker made the stop.
There's your next man. Corey Lemon, one of your key leaders on defense, gets hurt during training camp, the beginning of the season. Some of that adversity that this Oklahoma State team has had to overcome. Donald Booker's just come in and had a great season for them.
Third and long. From the spread. Stanley to throw, plenty of time, going to take off with it. Got enough for the first down, it appears. Donald Booker made the stop.
Well, I tell you what, that was some nice composure in the pocket because protection is breaking down around Nathan Stanley. But watch him, just subtle moves. Back and forth, extend it. Now look downfield. Hey, you know what? I think I got enough room to get this first down myself. Pretty composed for a freshman in the pocket.
Hard to believe he's just a freshman. The handoff is to McCluster. Nothing doing.
There's Jevan Snead over on the side. You heard Krista say it's something that might not keep him out of the game. But I tell you, if this guy keeps playing like this,
yeah,
that might keep him out of the game.
Back to throw. Looking for Shea Hodge. Beg your pardon. That was Markeith Summers. Covered by Broderick Brown and well covered.
Very well covered again, letting these guys go out and compete for the ball. And here's Broderick Brown. Here's your fill-in for Parrish Cox. Nice job. Cuts right in front of him. Get that head around. Look for the ball. Markeith Summers wanted the flag. But again, as long as you get your head back and try and locate that football coming in. That's a smart play by a young guy on the outside.
And a good play. Our first down line is brought to you by AT&T. Time to throw, time to drop that one. Shea Hodge, incomplete.
There's a good example of the speed of this OSU defense. Shea Hodge is going to have an opportunity to get this back shoulder catch, maybe pulled in, but watch, he's going to take 2 or 3 hits. Nathan Stanley moves. He's affected by the throw. Back shoulder. I'm going to try and corral this. And here they come. 1, 2, 3 OSU defenders coming in to finish that play off.
Tyler Campbell back to punt for Ole Miss. Back deep for OSU, Josh Cooper. Off the side of his foot a bit. Takes an Ole Miss bounce, however, and is effective nevertheless. The Cowboys will take over, trailing 7-0.
Sometimes it feels like you'll never.
Here at this new location, this new stadium, the 74th Cotton Bowl, and the weather in previous years has always been a concern. In this part of the year in North Texas, weather's not a concern anymore.
Not at all. And when you saw the view from the outside, the thing that I love, there's 2 end zone plazas, and you saw that area at the end of the stadium where there was no parking. Those are just a nice green belt area where you walk up, and then the inside, there's the retractable roof, and then at each end zone, right there below that Ford sign, above the AT&T sign, that area, you see that opening in the back. Those are 6 glass panels, the largest glass panels ever made. They'll slide open, and then you have exposure to the outside at each end. So this is just an amazing facility.
It is state of the art, no question about that. Zach Robinson back to throw. Throws short. Anyum is the intended receiver. Flag on the play. Just to continue about the stadium a little bit, I hate to rave about it too much, but it is some play. If you haven't seen it,
personal foul, number 9 of the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Alan Walker, let's see if we can find that penalty.
Keep your eye up to the left-hand side. Russell Okun finishing his block. And then Alan Walker taking offense to that. I don't know. We've let him play downfield in the secondary.
Yeah.
I think we should let him play there in the offensive and defensive line too.
Russell Okung is the All-America. Tackle for Oklahoma State. Here's the option. There's Kendall Hunter. Near first down yardage. Not quite.
And you know what maybe happened to Alan Walker is maybe he was just a little bit frustrated having to go up against Russell Okun all afternoon, because watch what he does right here on the next play to Lamar Brumfield. He gets him and walks him 5 yards downfield and puts him on his back.
Kendall Hunter breaks inside run. Past midfield, just barely. Just across the 50. And Oklahoma State seems to have settled into, hey, we can't throw it too well. Let's run it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Now what we're seeing is offensive coordinator Gunnar Brewer changing up the pace of play, taking that tempo at different spots, real quick on one snap and slow on another.
Second time they've had trouble with the exchange between the center and the quarterback.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening right now. We shouldn't have issues with the QB center exchange. And on that one, it looked like Zach Robinson had the point of the ball. He wasn't getting it in the thick part of the football. He got it up near the point.
Andrew Lewis is the center. Very bright. I had the opportunity to sit next to him at lunch the other day. I was out of my class.
And I'm trying to figure out how those guys get 3 degrees when they go to college. I could only get 1. Barely got that.
incomplete. Robinson tried to lay it up for Justin Blackmon. Did lay it up.
Yeah, he almost served it up, Pat. I mean, I don't understand what both of these quarterbacks are seeing. You know, you don't want to get into a jump ball situation in the field of play. And that's really all that was right there. Justin Blackmon was just in a jump ball situation. I'm going to throw it up high. You go up and get it.
He was in a battle with Cassius Vaughn. Zach Robinson from the spread. Option play left. Zach finally pitches it to Kendall Hunter, but he was a little too close to him.
Well, Pat, you know, I think he gave it up a little bit too soon, too. There was nothing that pressured Zach Robinson into a pitch decision. I mean, turn the corner with your running back, stay in pitch relationship, and then continue down the field until somebody forces the decision to pitch. And Zach Robinson could have kept that ball for another 5-6 yards.
Marche Green is back to accept the punt from Quinn Sharp. Unless he hits another one of those rockets. Marche Green at the 17. And some room. To about the 23 where he's brought down. Ole Miss 226 yards. That's incredible. Oklahoma State still seeking a first down. Here's Dexter McCluster around the corner again. And out of bounds, and really viciously taken out of bounds by Antoine.
Well, he's your big hitter in the secondary for Oklahoma State. We saw Markel Martin put a big hit on Jevin Sneed, but Lucian Antoine, also one of those real physical guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dexter was trying to make a decision on who to high step by, and Lucian Antoine was having nothing of it.
Late shift by Ole Miss. Jevin Sneed is back at quarterback. He gives again to McCluster, who gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Patrick Levine made the stop.
Third down.
Sneed remains the quarterback. Got the plays, as you can see, on his left wrist. Shuttle pass straight ahead to McCluster, who gets first down yardage. Backhanded shuttle, left-handed by Sneed. Sneed to Shahad. Pass complete. 8 yards pickup.
Didn't get out of bounds, so clock's still running.
Ole Miss has one timeout left. Houston Nutt has the reputation. He's very popular with the players. A player's coach. I was always a little bit wary of that. But in Houston's case, I can understand. Jesse Grandy made the reception. Pass from Sneed. Jevin Sneed. He hasn't decided yet whether or not he's going to go for the NFL draft. In an erratic season. Here's straight ahead McCluster again. Rodney Scott, I beg your pardon, not McCluster.
Scott will carry. First down, Ole Miss.
Move the chains and stop the clock for a second or two. Now it reruns. Here's Sneed. To the wrong folks. Andre Sexton comes up with the interception. The first one wasn't Sneed's fault.
That
Maybe
one
this
was.
was.
Yeah, here's Dexter McCluster on the other side of the field again, matched up with a linebacker. Now they're going to play him pretty well. But what happens there that you saw him just a little bit, Brandon Bolden coming out. Now you've got Patrick Levine in a tough spot. He's got McCluster outside. He's got Brandon Bolden inside. But Jevin Sneed goes play side. And I don't know what he was seeing. I saw Andre Sexton standing right in front of Lionel Bro.
First and 10 with 20 seconds left. Zach Robinson throws incomplete. Almost caught at the end of the pass after it was deflected at first. Josh Cooper almost came up with the reception, but the ball bounced away.
Johnny Brown almost able to get that interception back for Ole Miss. Both quarterbacks really struggling here in the first half to get into any type of rhythm. The difference in the game has been Dexter McCluster for Ole Miss.
That's the big difference. Zach Robinson back to throw. He's going to take off with it. Knocked out of bounds. First down, OSU.
And that's the concern the defensive coordinator Tyrone Nix had about Zach Robinson. You have a quarterback who can run the option, that can throw the ball, so he can pull up at any time and get into a play action option passing situation. And when he drops back, his ability to extend the play with his legs and scrambling for first downs. A dual threat in both situations.
Zach Robinson back again. First and 10. Here he is to throw this time. Now he has to pull it down, and he's going to take off and loses the ball and almost recovers.
Time ran out, though. He got lucky, Pat.
Juwan Scott made the recovery. That's the end of the half. With the score, Ole Miss 7, Oklahoma State nothing.
Deal. Dexter McCluster, what a run.
He's a phenomenal person, phenomenal back, big time player. We got to keep pumping that ball to him.
Coach, a lot of offense, but not a lot of points. What's your plan?
Messed up right here. We should have got that ball in. Should be 14-0. Hey, take care of the ball, number one. Can't not turn the ball over.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you now. Appreciate it.
All right, back to you guys in the booth. It's Houston Nutt and the Ole Miss Rebels.
Back-to-back champions is what he's hoping he'll be, as they won last year over Texas Tech.
They better get him stretched out, get him ready to go here in the second half. It was all Dexter McCluster in the first half. And it's amazing that you can come into a game with a plan, knowing exactly what you have to do to slow down Ole Miss's most potent offensive weapon, and he just takes control of the first half.
Been 35 days since either one of these teams played football, and it shows.
Well, you're going to get one of two results. You're either going to get what you saw from Florida last night, which is a well-oiled machine after all that practice time, or you could have a couple of sluggish outings. What we've had here today, both of these offenses not kind of functioning at full capacity in the first half.
Kendall Hunter downs the second half kickoff in the end zone, and so OSU will start from the 20.
Well, you take a look at these first half stats, and Houston Nutt's exactly right. You can't do the turnovers. These Ram stats will show you 57 yards of offense by Ole Miss, but remember, 174 of that is Dexter McCluster running and receiving. So you're really down at 83 for Ole Miss and 73 for OSU, if you can just find some way to slow down Dexter.
Jevin Sneed took that big hit and had to go to the sideline, and Houston Nutt, you heard him say a minute ago that he's not going to start the second half. This is Zach Robinson with the option. The option to Kendall Hunter is stopped for just about no gain by Patrick Trahan.
Well, here's that option again. You're going to come out and see if we can get this going. But I want you to watch Zach Robinson, and then as he goes and he presses to Patrick Trahan, number 7. He's got to carry it farther. He lets Patrick Trahan play both him and Kendall Hunter.
And that's not the way to run the option. Zach Robinson incomplete to Josh Cooper, the intended target. He had it and lost it.
It has been a long drought for this Oklahoma State Cowboys offense. You see right there, 6+ quarters going all the way back to November 9th versus Colorado. And one of the reasons is just what we saw in that last play. Somebody's got to step up and do something positive, get some momentum. Josh Cooper with an opportunity for the first down, can't make that catch.
Formation will take the direct snap. Going to throw and does throw outside. And quickly up to force the play is Keith Tosin. Beg your pardon.
Well, you get yourself into those 3rd and long situations, you're going to dump it out there to Keith Tosin out in the flat. But Tyrone Nix's defense, they're going to rally to the ball. That's a long way to run with all that pursuit coming inside out.
Quinn Sharp back to punt it for OSU. Marche Green deep for the Ole Miss Rebels. Good kick. Marche Green all the way back at his 24-yard line. He has some room. He has some room to go. Marche Green to the 20. Knocked out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Cooper Bassett knocked him out of bounds. But a great return by Marche Green. That speed will kill you. 63-yard punt return by Marche Green.
Kind of an interesting little tidbit of info for us here today, Pat. We've got 2 former Cotton Bowl MVPs, one Dexter McCluster, the other Marche Green. Those are your guys who are making the big plays today. Dexter McCluster in the first half with the long touchdown run, and here's Marche Green giving them great field position on a return.
Here's McCluster at about the 13. Knocked out of bounds.
You heard when Shepard Smith talked to Houston Nutt coming out. It is going to be Nathan Stanley starting this second half. That was one big hit that Jevin Sneed took from Markel Martin in the first half.
Nathan Stanley is a freshman again. A true freshman. 6 feet 5 inches tall. Takes the handoff. Gonna throw. Not gonna throw. Taken down by Hugo Chinasa. Take it down with authority.
They've got play action to the left. Everything's sliding to the offense's left. And Hugo Chinasa comes free. Nathan Stanley holding that ball a little bit too long. Nowhere to go with it. Everybody covered.
Back just outside the 21-yard line. Let's see what happens to Ole Miss now.
Now you mentioned, Pat, he is a freshman, and you've got to understand when you're in the red zone, an opportunity for points, you can't take a sack.
Screen pass coming on. Trying to set up. McCluster received the pass. Andre Sexton made the play that knocked him down.
Well, I guarantee you that in the locker room at halftime, Bill Young talked to his defense, and he told them, hey, we didn't have a 100-yard rusher against us all season long, and you allowed Dexter McCluster to go for 140 in the first half. He's going to challenge his guys here in the second half to get that guy slowed down.
Joshua Sheen to attempt the field goal from Oklahoma City to make it 10-0. Far enough. Hit the upright. That's a dreaded sound to a kicker.
A lot of missed opportunities for Ole Miss today. They had 2 shots inside the one for a touchdown in the first half. Couldn't do it. This long punt return gives them a field goal chance, and off the upright. This game is sitting there right now for Zach Robinson and the Oklahoma State Cowboys offense to get back into it. They have not had any consistency throughout the game today, but Ole Miss keeps shooting themselves in the foot. It could be very easily 17-0 right now, but they're letting the Cowboys hang around here. But Zach has got to take advantage of this.
Mike Gundy, former OSU quarterback himself, held all the records until they were broken by Zach Robinson. Robinson running for his life, throws on the run, incomplete, short.
That was an odd play right from the get-go. It looked like, yeah, it looked like the line came off at different times, Pat.
Pressured by Kendall Lockett.
Let's go back and take a look at the snap again. Just got up in the air. I tell you, Andrew Lewis has had a tough day. And, you know, that could be a little bit of Gerald Poe, number 57, being on a shade, and you've got to reach him.
Houston Nutt, the Ole Miss coach, was Mike Gundy's coach when he was at OSU as a player. Here's Robinson again. Back to throw and throws. Kendall Hunter got the first down, I believe. 4th and inches. And I'm not sure what Mike Gundy has decided.
I punt the ball, you know.
I think you have to.
Quinn Sharp has been your best weapon all afternoon. Let him come out and try and drive the ball, so Ole Miss has got to go the length of the field. But Kendall Hunter's got to realize at that time where the stakes are, what the first down yardage is, and make a play. Because this offense, Oklahoma State's offense, is waiting for someone to step up and make that play.
Marche Green waiting for another chance. Ole Miss put the pressure on to try to.
Going to go back and take a look at this punt formation again. Okay, you've got Gerald Poe right here in the middle. Now watch. Somebody needs to get a hand on that guy. How would you like to be the person 8 yards back with 360 coming right at you and trying to stop that guy? I think I walk over to the sideline and say, hey, coach, we got to come up with a better formation on this punting thing.
He's the only guy coming, but he's a big one. Woo. 2nd and 10 for Ole Miss. Incomplete. Shea Hodge, the intended receiver.
There's just been too many missed opportunities right now for Ole Miss. We can go back to that opening drive. They had an opportunity with a play over the top to hit something big early in this game. And then we had the long drive, the 16-play drive that didn't net any points. We had the missed field goal on the last drive. So the longer you let this Oklahoma State team hang around, the harder it's going to be for you in the 4th quarter. These fans are getting up to see if this defense can make a play, give their offense some good field position.
Out of a shotgun, the freshman quarterback looking for a place to go. Pass is picked off, intercepted by Sexton, and Sexton all the way down to the 10-yard line. Just one too many times.
You talk about somebody reading the quarterback's eyes, Pat. Andre Sexton just stood. He drew a line in the sand right about the first down marker, and he just read the eyes of Nathan Stanley. Watching him, watching him, watching him.
That penalty is declined. First down.
They had an ineligible man downfield, did Ole Miss, but that penalty obviously has to be declined. The eyes of a freshman.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The eyes of a freshman who didn't see one of the best players on this Oklahoma State defensive unit right in front of him. 51 games he's started. 51 games in his career at Oklahoma State. That is impressive.
That's amazing. 1st and 10, Oklahoma State. They're at the Ole Miss 12-yard line. On first down, Robinson's going to throw it and does throw it to Bo Johnson, who's the 3rd running back that they're very proud of.
Be smart with the ball, Zach. Your defense is just giving you great field position. You've got an opportunity to really test the mettle of this Ole Miss team. They have outplayed you the entire game up to this point, and you're about ready to tie it up. Be smart with the football.
2nd and 7. clock. And the pass is incomplete. Pass interference. The flags come flying. Hubert Anyam was the intended receiver. And let's see what happened.
Pass interference, number 24 of the defense. Penalty places the ball at the 2-yard line from the previous spot. That's an automatic first down.
Automatic first down. Let's look at it again.
Well, we've seen him allow some good physical play on the outside. Let's see here. Cassius Vaughn coming through the back of Hubert Anyam. And there's another one of Mike Gundy's next man guys. I mean, 3 of their wide receivers are lost back in the spring. Then you have the suspension to Des Bryant during the course of the year. They needed some of these young guys to step up, and Hubert Anyam has been one of the guys to step up the biggest.
At the 2. First and goal. Tostin tries to reach out with the football, but he'll be down before that. You got to figure Tostin in situations like this. He's the bigger back. Mike Gundy calling the plays from the sideline, and here's Tostin again. And this time he gets near the goal line but doesn't make it. Down at about the 1.
Good job by the Ole Miss defense being ready for that quick snap. They had their eyes on the Oklahoma State huddle. They came up and tried to quick snap them, but they were ready.
Tackled by Johnny Brown. And again,
coming out of that kind of goal line personnel, now you're bringing in Kendall Hunter to go along with Keith Tostin. DeMarcus Conner, you'll open this formation up a little bit.
Here it is with the Wildcat, or the spread formation. Tostin, the jump throw perfected by Tim Tebow, or seen by the Florida quarterback so many times. Wilson Yeoman made the reception. Zach Robinson was a flanker on that play, and there's a flag on the play.
That could be unnecessary roughness after the catch.
After the touchdown, there was a dead ball, personal foul, number 20 of the defense. That penalty will be administered on the succeeding kickoff. The result of the play is a touchdown.
The touchdown stands, the extra point to tie it. The extra point's good, and we have a tie. OSU 7, Ole Miss 7.
Here's that jump pass again. You get in the Wildcat formation. You're thinking Keith Tostin is coming. It looks like something you see on the basketball court.
Yes, it does.
Of both of these teams' seasons.
Yep.
I mean, they have faced adversity all year long, injuries, you know, tough losses, and they've fought, they've battled, they've earned the right to be here at the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic. And it's kind of how this game has gone. You know, Oklahoma State has not played well at all. It's Andre Sexton in their defense that gives them the short field. They get the touchdown. And Ole Miss, that's really dominated the game, you know, from the start up until this point, find themselves tied at 7-7 right now. I'm really, really anxious to see the response of both of these teams.
Sharp to kick off, and it's a good kick. Deep into the end zone, out of the end zone. Over everything. Look at this. Ball control. Oklahoma State's run 34 plays. Ole Miss 50. Scores tied at 7. Jevin Sneed is back at quarterback for Ole Miss. Sneed on a handoff to Grandy. Nothing doing. Patrick Levine led the defense.
There's that assignment football that Oklahoma State needs. When you've got two electric players going in opposite directions, you've got to be true to your responsibility in that defense. Nobody chased from the backside to go after Dexter McCluster. They waited for Jesse Grandy to come the other way.
McCluster is deep behind Snead this time. Snead to throw it. To Shea Hodge, complete first down yardage. That looked more like somebody that might be drafted someday.
Well, you can say what you want about Jevin Snead and his consistency and the tough year he's been through, but the one thing you can't question is his toughness. And you're exactly right, Pat. That is the best ball that he has thrown all afternoon, without a doubt.
That may be the only one that didn't wobble. Snead to McCluster. McCluster outside the 35, about the 37. Gain of a few. Jamie Blatnick made the stop.
My hat's off to Ken Austin, the offensive coordinator for Ole Miss, because when you're sitting here with 4 interceptions already to this point, Nathan Stanley the last time out threw a very critical interception that Andre Sexton got that led to the points to tie this game, and you come out and you're thinking, you know what, let's just start handing the ball off to Dexter McCluster. He's been the difference in the game today, but they didn't. They've given Jevin Snead the opportunity to make some plays throwing.
McCluster again. Straight ahead for good yardage, about 5. Still short of a first. Blatnick again on the tackle.
You can't become one-dimensional. You've got to be able to maintain your balance. They have to have the faith in Jevin Snead that he will make the right decisions and the right throws during the remainder of this game.
Out of the spread, not under the center. Hands to McCluster, and McCluster got enough for the first.
The little guy pushed the pile.
Yep. He may weigh again 170
after lunch.
After a big lunch. Let's now go down to the Oklahoma sideline, or let's go down to Krista Voda.
Well, Pat, Dexter McCluster's from Largo, Florida. His high school coach said he rushed for 2,500 yards in high school, despite the worst offensive line in the history of football. It should have been 3,000 to 4,000. Yeah, he weighed 153 pounds, and it looks like we have another turnover on the field, Pat.
Does look like it. Oklahoma State has the football.
Jeremiah Price came up with that. I don't know how Jevin Snead,
I don't know how either,
didn't get that ball back. I think Houston Nutt wants to know right now too. It was on the ground. You were there on top of it. How did Jeremiah Price get that away from you?
So at the 40-yard line of Ole Miss, Oklahoma State goes on offense.
High handoff. He had the ball up around the chest of Brandon Bolden. Watch. Oh, it's coming out of his hand.
Oh, he hit him on the elbow.
Came out of his hand as he went to do the handoff.
Oklahoma State goes on the offense at the Ole Miss 40. Tostin straight ahead. Got only a couple.
But we get a little bit of that option element look right there. You're going to ride Keith Tostin to see how Ole Miss is playing this, and then you've got Kendall Hunter coming around the backside in the motion to become your pitch back as you go onto the edge. Tyrone Nix knew he was going to see some option football today. They just could not stop Mississippi State in that final game.
Robinson back to throw, and does throw. Pass is complete. Josh Cooper, touchdown.
Zach Robinson for Oklahoma State just threw a perfect pass. Josh Cooper's coming all the way across the field, catches it in stride. Let's see if he stayed in bounds.
I think he did.
I agree with you, Pat. Oh, there he goes. On the 3.
After further review,
stepped
it is
out of-
determined that the player stepped out of bounds at the 9-yard line. It'll be first and goal at the 9-yard line.
At the 9? I didn't see him out at the 9.
I didn't either.
I saw him out at the 3. I'm going to have to go back and take another look at that.
Well, there was no replay back in one of those previous. This one here. Let's look again.
Oh,
maybe he did.
Got wrapped up. As Marche Green went to tackle him, he actually had his foot, did bring it down on the 9.
Yeah, he did.
What a great job by the crew. I'm looking at the 3-yard line marker. Now they got to go all the way back to the 9.
Zach Robinson back deep. The handoff is to Tosin. And he's down to about the 2.
There it is again. It's that option look that they're able to get into with Keith Tostin and Kendall Hunter. You ride Keith Tostin in as your dive back. You're reading your key on the outside. If they've got everything covered, you hand off inside. If not, you pull. You've got Kendall Hunter as your pitch man.
2nd and goal. They out of the huddle quickly. They go with the play quickly. Zach Robinson gives to Tosin again. And again, he's short, but just barely. Mike Gundy signals or calls the plays in to Zach Robinson, who relays the message to his offensive unit.
All right, you just moved Big Russell Okun over to the right side.
There's Tosin. I don't think he got in.
They tried to sneak Russell Okun over to the right side and get in behind him, get a double tackle tight end look on that side. They're huddled up real close. Watch him. He's going to sneak in from this side. Here he goes. Move him over to that side. You got double tackle tight end fullback. Snap it real quick. Keith Tosin
got set.
Now Keith Tosin, stay a little bit outside. You had it. You had an upfield contained guy. You could have got inside him and back to the outside.
4th and goal. Do you go or do you field goal?
Go. Do it again. You're lucky to be in this spot. But you've only got 5 seconds on the play clock, so call a timeout. They had the same question on their sideline.
Yeah,
they were
did.
trying to figure out whether to go for it or not.
The score is tied at 7. OSU is close. Back at the 7-7 tie Cotton Bowl. The AT&T Cotton Bowl.
Oklahoma State in a huddle the entire time on the sideline. You wonder if they're going to go right up to the line of scrimmage and snap it.
4th and goal. They're about a half-yard away.
See if they try and do what they did last time. Sneak Russell Okun over to that right side and get in behind him. How can you call a timeout and not have the right personnel?
Don't know.
Hubert Anium coming off the field.
Not going to make it. Not going to make it.
We have had 2 great goal line stands by each one of these defenses this afternoon.
How about that?
Here, Governor, Secretary, tell me about this place. Are you stunned by it?
It's not like home, is it, Shepard? It's really something. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like this, and what a great deal for Ole Miss to be playing first Cotton Bowl in this stadium.
Mighty proud to be here. Mr. Secretary, it's great to see you. Thanks so much.
Shepard, thank you.
All right, Pat, it's a great view over here, I tell you.
From the end zone, it's still a great view.
Oh, it's right here where that goal line stand happened, Pat.
Right.
And if you're a Rebel fan like I am, you loved every minute of that.
It wouldn't have mattered where Shepard was standing for that play.
You look at the back of Dexter McCluster, who's standing deep in his own end zone. Snead's going to throw it. Does to Shea Hodge, who keeps on his feet and gets an extra enough yardage for a first down.
I'm just so impressed with Jevin Snead. He's had such a rough afternoon. He's got 3 interceptions. He's taken a big hit. He's been out of the game, back in the game, and here he is coming off his own goal line, making a nice throw. Now he's into that rhythm. We saw the last time he had a good throw too, so it may have taken him a while, but it looks like Jevin Snead's gotten into that rhythm finally.
Snead gives to McCluster, who gets outside the 30 or outside the 25, near first down yardage. Booker run him down, but they've gotten off the goal line after that goal line stand. That big pass completion from Snead to Hodge, and then the run by McCluster. Got 8 yards. Jevin Snead is now out on the flank, as this is McCluster. Out of the Wild Rebel. Direct snap to him.
Well, we all know about his speed. We saw evidence of that in the first half on that 86-yard touchdown run, but I'm continually impressed with his toughness.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays a lot bigger than 170 pounds.
113 is what he weighed as a freshman in high school. You wouldn't think he'd ever play football. Again, Andre Sexton on the stop. That's the end of the third quarter with the score tied at 7. There have been goal line stands by both teams, and we have a tie.
All the volunteers during the course of the week have been absolutely fantastic to us.
And to the teams as well. Houston Nutt and Mike Gundy have both commented on the hospitality they've received from the Cotton Bowl committee and the people who surround this game. It's their favorite place to come.
I can see why.
Yep. Little movement before the snap.
False start, 78 of the offense, 5-yard penalty, it's still third down.
Bradley Sowell, the guilty party. That doesn't seem fair that the only time you mention an offensive lineman's name is when they get called for a penalty. Just doesn't seem right.
We'll make sure we get a good block. We'll get their name out there.
Okay. Jevin Snead. Wow. The ball was snapped before he was ready. This time he does get the ball and keep it.
Tell you, both teams, yeah, right away. They got the coaches coming up, trying to get that straightened out between center DeVaron Gerald. You're right, Pat. He is not ready. He is in his cadence.
Whoop, there goes the ball. Tyler Campbell will punt for Ole Miss. Josh Cooper deep for Oklahoma State. Oh, this is a dandy. Hung high, almost hit the scoreboard.
Oh, somebody make a play out there today.
Dropped the pass. DeMarcus Connor was the intended receiver. Zach Robinson said that's okay. But calm down and catch it. Second and 10.
Stay in your stance.
have a dead ball foul, offside. The defense was in the neutral zone, causing the offensive lineman to move. That's a 5-yard penalty. It is still second down.
That one is a little, that's up for debate. The penalty will walked off against Ole Miss, however.
Oh, that was Greg Hardy, number 86.
Right.
They're coming into the season, the guy who was going to be able to bring the pressure off the edge. He's battled injuries all year, had a bad foot, then broke his wrist. Was able to make it back in time today for the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic.
2nd and 5. Look out. Incomplete. Anyam is the intended target.
Well, we've talked about the toughness of Jevin Sneed. We're going to show you the toughness of Zach Robinson on this one. Here's a guy, he's been all banged up. He missed the Colorado game. He got roughed up in the last game they played against the Oklahoma Sooners. He's coming into this game not 100%. Watch him standing here and deliver that throw, knowing that he's going to get hit. He's got Kentrell Lockett coming at him. Emmanuel Stevens is right there. I mean, look at this guy. Just stands in the pocket and delivers it. Now, Hubert Anyam, you've got to come up with that catch. Come on. Well, Cassius Vaughn makes a heck of a play.
Oklahoma State lost their best receiver, the outstanding, the All-American nominee. And here's the pass intercepted by Kendrick Lewis. Lewis intercepts Robinson's pass. And Ole Miss takes over.
Well, let's take a look and see what Justin Blackman does when this ball gets there. It's off target, but I want to see if there's an opportunity for him to kind of turn into the defender and make a play on the ball so Kendrick Lewis can't intercept it. Number 81 coming out of the slot. He's working a corner route. Now, you know what? It's too far back inside.
Right.
And it's not Justin Blackman's fault. It's a bad throw by Zach Robinson.
Ole Miss at midfield. Jevin Sneed back to throw. And throws complete. Shea Hodge down to the 15. Donald Booker made the stop. Hodge accepted that throw from Sneed, and Sneed seems to have, since that hit, since that lick, certainly has improved his passing.
The last 4 or 5 passes he has thrown, I think, are the types of throws that everybody expected to see from Jevin Sneed all season long.
Sneed fakes to McCusker. Now the flags are thrown.
False start. 83 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Called against the Ole Miss offense. Furbia Allen. So 1st and 15 after that first round strike from Sneed to Hodge. They move back 5 yards. And let's see what he chooses to do. Screen pass set up to McCusker. McCusker near first down yardage, not quite. Markel Martin made the stop, but good yardage nevertheless.
Yeah, well-designed play. DeBaron Gerald gets out, gets a cut block on Donald Booker. Now it's Dexter McCluster out in open field.
That's where they don't want him.
Jevin Sneed down at the bottom.
McCusker out of the deep snap position, the wild rebel deep offense.
I like it more when you've got Jevin Sneed in there, whether it's under center or out of shotgun. I think there's more opportunities. There's more things that the defense has to worry about with Dexter McCluster than when they get into the wild rebel.
He likes to handle the ball, and he's the deep back right now with Sneed under the center, and it's McCluster. That should be enough for a first down. That'll make it 1st and goal from about the 3.
Well, we talked to Donald Booker, and he knew that they were going to try and feed the ball to Dexter McCluster today, but he felt like they could make him pay for it. Every time he carried the ball, we're going to get a big hit on him. You know what? I think that Donald Booker will have a newfound respect for the toughness of Dexter McCluster after today's game.
He moved. McCluster did. Just his right foot.
78 of the offense.
78. He wasn't the only one who moved. Bradley Sowell again.
A red zone penalty is the quickest way to reduce the potential for points. A 1st and goal inside the 5 becomes 1st and goal just inside the 10. We've already seen both of these defenses make a goal line stand. They know how difficult it is when they get down close.
They're back at about the 9. It's 1st and goal. Here is Snead, takes a sack. And a very vital snack by Chinasa. Bad time for that. Good time if you're OSU.
Well, Dexter McCluster has to understand that Jevin Snead is going to hold this ball and throw. He goes up and tries to chop Hugo Chinasa. But he's got to at least engage up high, because even if he does get the good chop, here he comes. He's down too low. Hugo Chinasa beats him inside, but if you stay up, because that's not a quick pass. I mean, Jevin Snead is going to need to hold that ball for a second, so engage him first. If you feel like you're starting to lose him, then drop down and cut him.
But it's a tough assignment for a back who weighs 170. Here is Snead into the pocket, and again he is sacked. Again he goes down.
Now your 1st and goal inside the 5, and your next 3 plays are penalty, sack, sack.
Chinasa and Blatnick put the pressure on Snead.
A nice job by this Oklahoma State defensive front.
I'll say.
Stepping it up right when they had to. Has not been a whole lot of pressure all afternoon. And back-to-back plays, they get to Jevin Snead.
It's still 3rd and goal. And they're outside the 20. Here's Snead stepping up to throw. Finally does throw. Pass is dropped on the sideline by Patterson.
This has been a problem all season long for Ole Miss. And what happens is you've got a 3-down rush, so you're going to drop 8 guys into coverage. So the advantage should be to the offensive line. You should be able to hold the ball. I mean, look at what you've got. You got 1, 2, and 3. All right, you've got 5 guys to block them, so that means 8 guys are back in coverage. Now you've got pressure. You've got your quarterback moving off the spot. You've disrupted everything. That line has got to be able to control the rush of 3.
This is Shane from 39 yards out. Plenty of distance. And yes, sir. I'm sorry. No. That's my mistake. It's still 7-7.
I don't know if anybody wants to win the AT&T Cotton Bowl this year, Pat.
Plenty of distance just outside the upright. Out of 18. He's missed 2 today.
And you know what, Pat, on both of those opportunities, one drive started at the 12, one drive started, they got down to the 3 on that last one.
Right.
They've been getting negative yardage when they've gotten down into the red zone. They lost 18 yards from the 3-yard line on that last drive.
2 sacks. Ole Miss on defense. Oklahoma State. Zach Robinson, the quarterback. Starts the option. Got room. Kendall Hunter to the 32-yard line on the option play. Cassius Vaughn made the stop. What a big play for OSU.
He did a good job reading this time. It's Patrick Trahan. Watch number 7 as Zach Robinson comes out. He takes quarterback. There's the quick pitch right to Kendall Hunter. And now if he can just get a block downfield right here, if Justin Blackman can find a block, I think Kendall Hunter is going to go all the way to the end zone.
1st and 10, OSU. Robinson again deep. Hands off. Or keeps, beg your pardon. Robinson kept it after faking the option, faking the handoff, and gets another first down.
And don't feel bad, Pat. He got about 4 defenders on the Ole Miss defense, too.
Well, he got me.
All game long, we have seen Zach Robinson hand that ball off inside. This time he's got the read keep option. He can hold on to it if he wants. Gets a nice gain on the left side.
Robinson throws deep.
Now, I think Zach Robinson thought he had a free play.
I think he did.
He's looking at the official right now.
Intercepted by Kendrick Lewis.
Now, I know we've had some poor decisions by our quarterbacks today, but on that one, I think Zach Robinson felt he had a free play, and I think he did. Gerald Poe is into the neutral zone before that ball is snapped. Now, Zach just thinks, heck, I'm going to throw it up. Maybe one of my guys is going to catch it. Because even if it's intercepted, it's coming back.
It is intercepted.
It really looked like Gerald Poe was in the neutral zone.
Ole Miss has got the ball, and whoa, it will stop a minute, and maybe they'll review this again.
Previous play is under review.
Under review, yes.
What we're really taking a look at right now is Cassius Vaughn comes in.
The ball did hit the ground, no
ground.
question about it. But whether he lost control or not, I don't know. Hard to say.
Well, obviously what's going to happen, the ball does make contact, but the big question is, does it impact his possession? I don't know if it does. Now, unfortunately, we can't go back and take a look at this, but you tell me if number 57, Gerald Poe, is not in the neutral zone. I mean, his hand is beyond Andrew Lewis's shoulder when that ball is snapped. So that's a big miss right there.
After further review, the call stands. It is a touchback. First down.
Don't take too many bows yet. Kendrick Lewis.
Now we've still got 8:44 to go, and the way this one's been going back and forth, I'm sure we've got another big play somewhere in there.
Here's McCluster around the corner for 7. Patrick Levine made the stop.
Well, they have done a nice job on Dexter McCluster here in the second half. He had 140 at halftime. He's only added 36 to that total. Unfortunately, that puts him at 176, and he's over 200 combined.
OSU 7, Ole Miss 7. 2nd and 3. McCluster. Close to a first down. The Nissan dual threat in today's game is Dexter McClusker. Nissan dual threat is brought to you by Nissan Maxima, where the sophistication of a sedan and the performance of a sports car come together as one.
221 combined. He won the MVP last year with 180 total.
They do a quarterback sneak. Jevin Sneed sneaks for the first down, or tries to. We'll have to wait until they unstack.
I tell you, at critical times during this game, goal line, short yardage situations, these defensive lines have just absolutely taken charge. We got another miss quarterback center exchange too. That's a great job by Jevin Sneed going down and digging that ball out
and keeping it for the quarterback sneak.
But while he's doing that, he can't go forward to get the yards necessary for the first down. So
it's 4th and short, and Ole Miss will punt. Tyler Campbell back to punt. Josh Cooper is deep. He can return this one, or can. I thought he could. He signaled fair catch and wrapped it up. 7-7 tie. 4th quarter.
After Kylie used coke, she stopped caring about school, friends, or who she had to steal from to get more of it.
Quick count. Flag is thrown. Ole Miss recovers a fumble. As on the quick count, Lockett recovered it.
Shift on the offense. 2-men in motion. Failure to set before the snap. That penalty is declined. It was a first down.
So again, the mishandled snap. Either too soon or too late or whatever.
Well, Mike Gundy's got to be so frustrated with his guys right now, because what it is it's fundamentals. We've got quarterback center exchanges. We've got poor tackling. We've got poor contain. And it seemed like Zach Robinson was getting ready for it. I don't know. It might have come a little bit sooner, but I did not think I would see fundamental breakdowns like we have seen from either one of these two teams this afternoon. They're too well coached to play like this.
First down, Ole Miss. Snead to throw it. And throws complete to Lionel Grove. Not enough for first down, but about 8.5. Snead is back deep again. Hands to McCluster, who's wrestled to the ground. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about the same distance.
Patrick Levine has made some nice plays moving from the inside out on Dexter McCluster, showing his athletic ability from that linebacker spot. There's been a couple times where it looked like Dexter was going to be able to get on the edge and turn the corner, and Patrick Levine has been able to chase him down.
Seven tie, 5:25 left to play. Here's Snead. Going to take off. Got a first down. I'm surprised he took off after that hit he took in the first half.
That's one of the things I like about him, Pat. He's a tough kid, and it's been a difficult year for him. You mentioned earlier that he's probably debating, do I come back for my senior year? Do I go into the draft? I really think he should come back for his senior year. He has not played up to the level that he felt he could have played this year. He's done a good job. You know, Ken Austin had some nice things to say. He said, you know what? He's gotten better in both things. He's handled the success a little bit better, and he's responded to criticism a little better.
McCluster on the handoff from Snead. Donald Booker made the stop. Got 3 or 4 nevertheless. 2nd and 7. Clock and time becomes a factor. OSU 7, Ole Miss 7. Snead back to throw it. Fires downfield. Pass incomplete. Flag on the play. It's going to be pass interference. Shea Hodge, the intended receiver. But this is going to be a break for Ole Miss.
Well, there's an example of the arm strength of Jevin Snead on the move. That's a heck of a throw. Fans already responding to the replay up on the replay boards here in the stadium.
Pass interference. Number 10 on the defense. Penalty places the ball at the 2-yard line.
Markel Martin called for pass interference.
All right, let's take a look. There's Shea Hodge up at the top, working right on the goal line. He's there a little bit early. He's there a little bit early. It's a good call. Only a half a second, but he was there early.
First and goal, Ole Miss. This is the Wildcat, the Wild Rebel, and Dexter McCluster scores the touchdown that puts Ole Miss ahead. From the Wild Rebel.
I don't know if they've been holding this one in their pocket the whole game, but when we've gotten into the Wild Rebel, Dexter McCluster has usually been a between-the-tackle runner. Look where this one goes, right away with a wing to his left. OSU is outflanked already. They've lost contain right away. Almost pre-snap they lost contain.
Ole Miss 13, OSU 7. 4 minutes left. Sheen for the extra point. This one is good. Ole Miss 14, OSU 7. Dexter McCluster has carried the ball 32 times. That's a Cotton Bowl record. He set that record on the touchdown run, his second of the day. It's 14-7. What else can he do? Kendall Hunter returns the kick. Out to about the 25.
Well, let's go back to last year, Pat. A little bit of deja vu right here. This looks eerily familiar, huh?
Yes,
Dexter McCluster going in for the touchdown. And here he is again to finish that last drive. And I think really all we're waiting to find out now is who wins this game. If Ole Miss wins this game, if they hold on and win this game, we might have a little bit more deja vu with Dexter McCluster going back-to-back MVPs at the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic. He would be the first person since Doak Walker back in 1948 and 49.
Penalty marker down. Kendall Hunter was the ball carrier. 3 minutes 51 seconds left to play. Holding against
10-yard penalty.
Noah Franklin is the culprit this time. Dexter McCluster, when we were talking to him the other day, said all I want is the ball. 32 times he's had it. 2 touchdowns. He's been just about the whole show.
Yeah, he really has. 32 carries, 5 catches, so he's got 37 touches during the course of the game. And we were wondering, when both Ken Austin and Houston Nutt said we'd like to get him the ball around 20 times. He had 20 in the first half. If I had Dexter McCluster on my team, I'd be shooting for more around 28, 30.
I'd make sure he got the ball a bunch. Here's Robinson. Stays on his feet. Finally throws it. Backhands it. There was a receiver in the area, so I doubt they'll call intentional grounding. That's what Houston Nutt is complaining about.
I got to get their defense lined up right now. OSU's ready to go.
There was the Cotton Bowl trophy that goes to the winner of this game, the AT&T trophy. Pass complete, and the fumble is picked up by Ole Miss. Trahan picked up the fumble and scored and put Ole Miss ahead 20-7. What else can happen?
We've been waiting for somebody to step up and make a play today, and that's what Hubert Anium was trying to do. Just some good contact right there. Patrick Trahan scoops and scores for Ole Miss.
We have unsportsmanlike on the offense after the touchdown for calling attention to oneself. That penalty will be administered 15 yards on the succeeding kickoff. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Calling attention to oneself.
I like that. I think we should take that penalty around to all levels of football. If it's the ultimate team sport, we can't be calling attention to oneself.
Joshua Sheen for the extra point. And it's good. And it's 21-7. All of a sudden, after the long dry spell, nothing happened. Then the fireworks went off. 21-7. Ole Miss leads Oklahoma State. Notice they're kicking off from the 15-yard line.
That's what happens when you call attention to oneself.
Right. Andrew Ritter to kick it off. Handled by Kendall Hunter. To the 40. To about the 43. And that's where Oklahoma State will start from.
It's a nice play. Here's going to be your key. Fawn Ingram, number 35. Hubert Anyam's going to come in from the right side on a little dig route. Good throw and catch as he starts to extend. That ball gets a little loose. Fawn Ingram with the big hit. And then Patrick Trahan scoops, gets a couple of blocks out in front.
This, by the way, is the third Cotton Bowl for Trahan. He was at Auburn 3 years ago, transferred, played the last 2 years at Ole Miss. Let's right now go to Shepard Smith.
You know, actually, Pat, when he was at Auburn and played in this Cotton Bowl as a freshman, and he blocked a punt for Auburn in that game, and it turned out that in the end, that may have saved it for Auburn. Then he transferred over to Northwest Mississippi Junior College, then ended up at Ole Miss, and he just won the game for Ole Miss again. I mean, if you got to give an MVP to a Rebel, you know it's Dexter McCluster, but man, that was hot.
Pretty good book on Patrick Trahan. First for Auburn, blocked a punt. There's some kind of delay on the field.
Illegal substitution. The 12th player was running off the field against the defense. 5 yards previous spot. Repeat, first down.
What else can happen? There have been 10 turnovers in this game. 10 turnovers. 5 by Oklahoma State, and 5 by Ole Miss.
We still got a few more to go for the record, though, Pat. We had 13 back in 1942. Alabama beat Texas A&M 29-21. 13 turnovers.
Incomplete. Zach Robinson fired just before he went out of bounds, and the throw did go out of bounds. Mike Gundy, who's done such an outstanding job with this OSU football team. Nice guy.
He is, both of them, both Houston Nutt and Mike Gundy. Great coaches, doing a great job with these programs, and we talked about it at the top. There was a lot at stake for both of these teams. Obviously, Ole Miss wanting to be back-to-back Cotton Bowl champions, an opportunity to have back-to-back 9-win seasons. Oklahoma State had some big things to go for today, too. They had an opportunity to tie the school record with a 10-win season. Hadn't done that since 1988, so it's been a tough year for both these teams, and we talked about it. It was going to be disappointing for one of them to lose this game because we had so much respect for them, how hard they have fought throughout the year to get to this point this afternoon.
Blackman caught that last pass. This is Zach Robinson. Hit just as he let it go, and the pass was deflected. No harm done.
It's one of the amazing things that Jerry Jones has done at this stadium. It's going to be at this stadium, but actually it won't be on this field. He's got a high school, college field. He's got the Dallas Cowboy field, and I think he's got a soccer field that he'll roll out. He's got 3 different surfaces here at the stadium.
I can see Jerry now down rolling out that field himself. Can't you?
No.
No.
He's going to go home tonight and get himself mentally prepared for tomorrow's game. A lot at stake tomorrow. Philadelphia wins, they've got the #2 seed. If Dallas wins, there's a chance that they could get the #2 seed.
Well, he has to be happy and satisfied with the result of this stadium. With this stadium, there's no venue like it, no place like it. Zach Robinson fires down the middle. It's intercepted. Patrick Trahan again makes the interception. He might be rivaling Dexter McCluster for the MVP award.
Maybe we can work something out for Shepard. We can get like an MVP and then kind of like a lunchbox player award for the guy that.
Less than 2 minutes left now.
We've got the offensive and defensive MVPs of this game. Right. It looks like it could be Patrick Trahan defensively for Ole Miss and Dexter McCluster on offense. I don't know. You know another guy. I know he's not on the winning team, but I sure did like the way Donald Booker played today.
Yep. Well, you have to like that. Devin Sneed hands off. Today's 74th AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic was produced by Larry Lancaster, directed by Derek Manning. Our technical producer is Peter Chalveras. Thanks also to Associate Director Kathy Hunt, Associate Producer Brian Biederman, Broadcast Associate Matt Saldana. Senior producers at Fox Sports is Bill Brown. The executive producer at Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. We also wish to extend thanks to Rick Baker, Kathy Saunders, and all the great people here at the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic for a fantastic week here in the Metroplex.
Here, here.
Plus the staffs of OSU and Ole Miss, headed by Kevin Clintworth and Langston Rogers.
Flag was thrown for a face mask. However, it was not a personal foul. There is no foul. It is third down.
I need a better explanation. That sounds like you can face mask somebody on third down. I didn't know that rule.
I didn't mean to do it.
It was third down. They're legal there.
A minute left. 3rd and 4. Jevin Sneed, who took a vicious hit in the first half and came back to play better in the second half. Hands off to McCluster. McCluster is taken down by the neck and head by Donald Booker.
Well, we've given our votes for our offensive and defensive MVPs, but I'd like to give a little nod to Jevin Sneed because it's been a tough season. It was a tough start for him today. He hung in there. He came back in, made some real nice throws late in the third quarter into the fourth quarter. Got this offense rolling.
Tyler Campbell back to punt. They try to block it, but don't get there. Fair catch signal. Flag on the play. While we have a chance, Darrell, I'd like to thank our technical crew. They pulled double duty this weekend. They worked the Cowboy-Eagle game tomorrow as well as this game. So they've done a whale of a job. So congratulations and thank you to them.
The kicker was blocked into the receiver by a teammate of the receiver. Therefore, there is no foul.
Must mean the kick returner. Houston Nutt victorious for the second year in a row. Gets the Gatorade bath.
I don't know if he enjoyed that very much.
I don't think he did. Somebody gave him a towel. He's a terrific guy.
He is. He is. They both are. They both are.
The pass is incomplete. Clock stops at 26 seconds left to play. What about Zach Robinson? What do you think of his future?
It'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, I think he'll definitely get a shot. You know, he's been too good. I mean, his numbers are very, very impressive. And you know, I think you have to take a look at a guy like that. He's definitely got the body frame that he could fill out a little bit more. He makes some good throws. And again, remember, we've got this shift going on in the NFL where the athletic quarterback has more opportunities than he did 10 years ago. So I think Zach Robinson will get a shot to get onto a a roster in the NFL and going to camp. And it's just a question of what he's going to do with that opportunity.
Remember, he lost his top flight receiver during the year when Des Bryant got into problems with the NCAA and was suspended.
Yeah, he carried this team by himself for quite a while. No Des Bryant. Kendall Hunter was out with that injury for a long time early on in the season. So Zach Robinson did a heck of a job kind of picking up this offense and putting it on his shoulders.
Keith Tosin just improved his average with that last run. The Ole Miss players were sort of looking at him run. Here's Robinson back to throw and going all out to the end zone. Intercepted on the last play of the game, and that's Ingram, who will just kneel and let the time run out. That's the 12th turnover in this game. That one means very little, but
well, I think for both of these teams, if you talk to Houston Nutt, if you talk to Mike Gundy, they're going to be disappointed that they didn't come out and have their best opportunities to come out and perform at the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic. A lot of these seniors are going to walk out for Oklahoma State with a little bit of a bitter taste, but they shouldn't. They've done a great job. 4 consecutive bowl games. They've gotten Oklahoma State back on the national map. They're going to be a team to watch for in the Big 12. The same for Ole Miss. Houston Nutt has done a tremendous job. And when you talk to his players, you know, the fact that he's made football fun again. Football is not an easy sport to play. It is very demanding. It is very physical. And if you're not having fun, you're never going to be as good as you could be. And Houston Nutt has brought that back to Ole Miss. He's made it fun again. And every player we talked to, it was one of the first things that they mentioned is we are so happy to have him here because it's fun again. You know, it was not fun until Houston got here.
Well, at Oklahoma State, the same could be said. Their facilities are unmatched, mostly due to the contributions of one Boone Pickens. But it's fun at OSU as well.
Absolutely. The sense of family, great facilities, and they have fun playing football. Tough combination to beat.
We'll be back in about 10 or 15 seconds. Right now, we say so long. We'll be back.